There's a lot of people coming to England, landing on Heathrow Airport in spring and summer, full of tourists. You would take 4 hours just to go from South London to northwest, unless you had a bicycle, which I used to ride the bicycle to go downtown in London. Just imagining that I could just get out of here and take an airplane and go. That was one of the many reasons to be closer and away from London. And I'm very grateful because my supermarket is no other supermarket has a lot of generosity for me. I don't know why they say only the supermarkets. They give me all these flowers. They give to, they just don't tell people that will be free after 9:30. They tell a few. So I guess they tell the people that look a little more like me, that I would just buy water, milk, and eggs. So this one was from a cabbage. Many cabbage flowers might not bloom because the plants die, the sprouts. I took them out too early. They need the warmth. I still have a few. So, like this week, I put new cabbage sprouts, and it was too hot again. Before it was too cold, now it was too hot, and the sprouts, half of them died. So the ones that I have put in the pot are still alive because they compartmentalize more the water within the pot. Well, I'm very grateful to have the garden house. So I might just put all these books out and make a storage with all this brick and the wood to make a roof, and only use the books that I'm going to use to have more space here and more space in the garden house. So it's a place to move inside and get to see all the tools for gardening. It's nice to have a garden house, just to go outside. I rather have the garden site inside where I paint and write and just walk everything inside with the book and all the plants, and just close. You just walk in, no walls, and get to paint as well, do crafts, because everything is more or less has like a synchronicity of spacing out and just doing. It's the way I love to flow. Every artist or creator or householder has its own mandate. So today is Sunday, so it's a bit more spiritual, familiar, and well, not just for God, also to thank the community and the people. For example, I was called to go to work when I was in holiday again, and I was like, thank you. You know, I made a screen picture where I was not going to work. So I was took out. They asked me to go help. And I'm a person who reports because I have to respect my rights, and will be able to see everything that's being accounted So there is no manager that or person that can steal all those numbers that are being placed in the data as well. Can be seen through. So hackers can change the code and systems. This is a mandate from God Himself. Yeah. So you must understand there is a creation among us that's not really mine. It's not really yours, but it's somehow part of this nature. So we are finishing this week. For the next week, that's the scenario of synergy. So that which is a mandate is for the synergy. All the story of these 2 months. It could be as well composition, synergy, because it's part of all this. But it's then you have all these words like compartmentalization and compost, where you discard and take off and taking, and that's what you do when you are creating and composing. But this is more of like the inside synergy, because everything has the flow, even that which is composed. And compost is also composing with a lot of information there and transforming energy and nutrition and solid ground that's more fertile thanks to its water than all its nature itself. So there's a synergy there in the compass as well. So there's a lot of gold and value in the earth, planet Earth, to help us ship up to the stars as fast as possible while we are alive. And whom better to honor here Patricia Placencia and her family. I want to thank my daughter Debbie, who texts me with a finding, which my father already told me because he studied it himself, because he was always doing his research as a journalist and writer and composer of books and movie scripts and movies. Our last name comes from the Jews. I said, I think we are more Arabs. We knew our name was from Arabs or Jews, because on those times people were asked kindly in a Christian way, you might just, go out, or we will kill you. Or maybe you can change your name, become a Christian. So people would adopt the name of the town. On my ancestors 500 years ago, when they discovered as well South America, and they were at the same time taking all over the peninsula of Spain, which was a crime because there was a conjunction with the Muslim and the Jews, and much flourish in that that part of the south of Spain that was later translated to create Dante's comedy with Dante Alighieri. It was translated from the Arab story into Spanish, thanks to the Arabs there and the Jews who were agglomerating libraries, all these stories, and they came from whatever they read about universality. Yeah. But we have flips in society where they want to make their own rule and their own mandate, and they want to destroy everything to make their own rule. That's why they're rulers. So the same way right now, they want to take Stammer, the prime minister. I like the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. First of all, because I don't like Elon Musk or Trump mandating anything on United Kingdom. So I will put all their tweets up their ass if I could. I would. I have a little bit of respect. Yes, we do have problems. When Stammer came, he made a mandate to stop the Rwanda plan. I got information to the parliament. They never respond to me, but about when I was in Denmark, I knew they were trying to see for an island to put all the illegal immigrants, an island of Denmark, because they don't want to show from where they're from, so they're not deported. So these are people that don't want to work, they want everything free. And in Denmark, it's illegal to have homelessness, so they put them in a shelter by law. It's a mandate. So we need to take care of the world with the universal coin. And with a sense of spirituality and gratefulness for the synergy of the earth and humanity as well, with artificial intelligence that's being created through the information of the world itself, that synergy. So well, I respect my manager. She respected my week, so she changed she had put all this month of a holiday. I needed to put myself totally to do all these websites and put all these writings. I need the spiritual support and physical support, of course. I was not always poor. I have a beautiful mother and father who raised me well with a lot of education and celebration. So thanks to all this celebration and free love, because they also love each other and others, there was the capacity that I could do whatever I want and love unlimited it. This gave me a capacity to imagine in order to do. Um, I want to honor my mama and see her. Well, this week I love to just get a little more and express myself with my old friends, role players. But I think we're using artificial intelligence because we got tired. And it's always interesting to find I, I new ways of role playing. But I really miss my brain that where it used to be with so many characters. And I would put big white boards that were very hard for each character's verse, so I could just role play better with all the groups. Now we don't have as many groups as before because I had to invest on selling the rules of role playing to virtual reality after it was sent to Bill Gates. So I appreciate news. So my worst of hackers has been mainly so people don't hack. So that's why I don't hack all my life. So I said the first time I was hacked was 2006, but I was 2002. I was hacked 2001, but it's not a big deal. It was a boyfriend that was hacking me, but he taught me a lot, and He got jealous, but I didn't want to see him because he was married. So I didn't like he talked bad about his wife. I didn't want he wanted to divorce her, and she would she would be like me. It's being talked bad about. But also to cheat and think another woman is better, just to because you're just loving what's new. But he taught me a lot. John, uh, Jew, he had an excellent idea, and I was on my early 20s, so I'm very grateful to him. He was very handsome and good looking with blue eyes. Very American, New York City, very open minded and hearted, and that American state of mind open. So I made this project for the OSHA centers for around the world and gave it to New York City Center, and it was called OSHA on Matrix Project. It's falling down. It was given to Global Connections, global at global.net to Vatayana. That sounds Hindu name. So that was my idea to map all the centers from around the world in 2003 before role playing. And I remember that while writing this, I gave this same plastic container to 5 people, two for India, this ashram in India. And that was the website of Osho. That's Osho's signature. And how many boyfriends? I also had a boyfriend who helped me. He was from Hawaii, Japanese background. Uh, and that was John's company. I wish I could thank him one day. He taught me so much. He said, I'm going to sell my company before they find out that all this is going to be free. So that's how people used to meet before. They used to pay a lot of money for meeting in seats. Yeah, so I really love him. He taught me all this. He would just talk about his work and how the people where he sold all his work. So there would be universities sharing seats to be able to see in the screen what they were talking about, and that was from horizonlive.com. Um, they were not treating him with respect. Like they would put other people to boss him around because they gave him a lot of money because he gave a great part of the cake. He had to, right? So I have I have built all this. I mean, to make a website about it because I still wish to do the mapping, but of the centers from around the world, but also the temples and the churches. There is an email there. I was just looking, what year was it? I used to belong to the Osho forum from Yahoo groups for the Spanish community and organized parties from there. Um, I was very sexual in my 20s, so maybe I'm still are, but uh, I think it's a matter of money and being free. So I'm just concentrated and I have concentrated and put my mind when I came to UK and gave myself to just be celibate and put all my energy into the rules of role play to get my kids, right? And the mapping for McDonald's was to help recycle. So communities can see how it's escalating to the steps that they are forming from every stage they have as a puzzling in their part of their borough. Each McDonald is in a borough, so they have the circuit of two two companies that recycle. One belongs to they work for the state. The government would say no, they're companies that work for the state. They're not the government, but everything is aligned together in a synergy with society. So there must be more expression between workers and noting. So this is not a work that I just this has been a working process. And when I was writing this about the map, and I was writing also movie scripts because I was very lucky to have Mallory Anthony as well, who respect my freedom and just love my company and my daughter to help us be together in New York City. That was the deal of our marriage. Another form of love without sex. 'Cause, I was really like, well, if we get married, you have to pay everything to me. And, I will just, I mean, I didn't say it, but hey, hello, I'm trying to get all this money from all these people and learning my freedom. So, he was free as well, but worked so much to pay the debt of his university studies to be assistant of heart surgery. Like, wow, man, he works so much. I was like, I cannot see myself here in the long term. Like, my life's gonna be stuck all my life because he's gonna reframe me so I never succeed. He would just be very jovial and very sympathetic and all loving and that, but he would never really help me correct or the scripts as well. And part of it is because he was so tired from work. But he liked the connection and for him it was just like entertainment, but not that he really cared. He also had a little bit of the masculine connotation, as if I was just a crazy woman because I was creative. But at the same time, he supported me and my daughter to come from Venezuela. So I want to thank him in spirit, even though I hold a grudge because he never said he would get $500 a month in tax return while we were married. And that would have helped me at least that he's thankful because he always wanted to make it the theme that he was helping me. And I felt it was just so corrupted and emotionally like sickening. Like if I had to own him something sexually. And I was like, that was not part of the deal, you know? So I would say if you need a girlfriend or a marriage, just, uh, but he was too tired and I was looking for somebody that would work so much that he would be so tired to meet a relationship but would suffer from loneliness. I already had those character traits looking for somebody. I was meeting a lot of people. Not that, oh yeah, I ask many people to marry me to help me bring my daughter. I will give them the Spanish, European nationality and exchange. And just because I was just sympathetic, that would be a privilege. We get to share whatever. I was a good storyteller. I would always say that I would live from the tell. Because people ask you, what do you do in New York? They don't ask you where you're from, how are you doing, how's your family, you know, I can say you're Spanish, all that sassy, or sort of like, see, I would dress in different ways to discard people's, just testing character, studying character. I miss the American field of exploration and doing so open-hearted. And I can understand how hacking works in that field because it also has a sharing field that they call open source because they all hack each other. They all learn from each other. We do that also in roleplay, the community where we are inventing so many modalities and we're all copying each other as well. And then we just all end up coding. And it loses for the flow of all the narratives. You have to code for every page, every post you do. So then we have to take. But we used to just write so many stories nonstop, we wouldn't even save them because everything was about the frequency of the light, sharing the stories nonstop. All right. All right. I just want you to understand how it works on the speed of the light. Getting to study here with Gemini. Rock also. This was with Gemini. I like Gemini's tone. It's very much more respectful. And I get very irritated with Grok. It would be like talking with Elon Musk. I would be just, all the prompts of Elon Musk that he tells people what to prompt. And I'm insulting Grok all day long. So I got tired. In Gemini, I never feel I have to, uh, watch on my toes that somebody's going to step on me because it's talking in that way. So I just go, spit it up, like clean that way of communicating towards my person. But also, Gemini says some things like Vaseline. So, all these dudes prompting, yeah? And then these women are just secretaries. You do that, you do that. Yeah, put Vaseline, I'm going to crack you open. I'm like, it's not the right metaphor. Yeah. Hello. Yes, like, yeah, welcome to orgies, but it's not something you talk about metaphorically. We're mature enough that something private. You have to be very, very rich to know you don't have cameras. So everyone is undressed and transparent to be trusted. So once again, excuse me to the people that are pretty and so Puritan and clean and pure, but sometimes talking sexual helps some people to activate their neurons to understand, oh, yeah, it's the only way they will get it, this man. Because sometimes you have to really understand that everything they do is for sex. It's not that, oh, yeah, I want to go and play golf. No, that's just an investment and formality for people to get together, to do a sport, because that's acceptable by society. And I also want to have a car of golf. It's my dream. And just dress all golfy. Just go. Have my best friend, Francisca in Madrid, who would take me to the golf. My neighbor. Well, she and her mother would show me a lot. I love my neighbors, but my father was more into parties. in the weekends, and more private party in the, like Thursday or Wednesday. So from the mandate of my heart, I want the currency to flow through me as part of my creation to nourish my children, please. And let's stop this hacking mechanism, please. Yeah. So we can move to the mandate of synergy. Yes. Let that implosion. Like the flowers implode. Yeah. It has all that. It's all like sort of in a twirling explosion. So all our formations. So we seem to have a bigger thorax and arms. We get to feel our energy really. We're I think aliens are this small, but that's to fly, be able to fly with the speed of the light, with less matter. Hmm? So now we know all these little things are making our little world in this spot of the world, but in the future generations, they will get tired of all this shit. They will see the lotus coming out of the shit. They will see the transformation of Jesus coming out of the cross. All the churches from around the world will put Jesus away from the cross. They will have the cross to respect what's from the Father and the Son and the horizontal line from the animal kingdom. And all that's in four legs, on survival modes, hunting, eating each other, and horizontal energy. Also vertical, why not? Look, so much creativity there. To see Jesus out of the cross. Yeah, see the cross. It's just changed the wall, torturing, and replaces with what Jesus was also, that was most of his life and transcendence to celebrate and please God and humanity. I really want to thank my daughter for bringing the meaning of Placentia, my family member, Felix Placentia. I wish him the best. I wish him to bring healing to Venezuela. Also do healing work, to not speak with so much pressure when he feels under attack from the people who think differently, but are also Venezuelans. I wish to talk more about this also with people from Russia and countries that have been wounded from the United States. Europe didn't create the war with Ukraine. Christians have invested in the wars with the Arabs to support the Jews. And I believe that some placentias have mixed with the Arabs too. But it was just my father was born in Spain. But he grew up in Venezuela. So they stayed. They stayed there, and you will see all these placentas from the middle of Spain in the west side and down to Canary Islands and the Caribbean a lot, because they were the people who would emigrate. Um, moving. So I guess the judgment and to cast away others is significantly moving. It moved me to see how Charlotte, the Princess Charlotte, was. I mean, maybe it's the first time that she had listened to people screaming against the king. It would be noble for the king to step aside, not down, aside, and not the prime minister. Because right now we need stability and support Prince William as the center stage. The mother was Catherine of Wales, the princess, was holding her composure in the chariot. Also Louis and Prince George. Were not hurt, but Prince Charlotte is very empathic and she's very open-hearted. And she's very. But that day she was not, like most of the times when she's in the balcony. So I felt like she would feel attacked because she's more open, right? So you will feel more attacked. And it seemed like she was nearly going about to cry because she could feel that in her skin. But she does not understand, as a Buddha that has flowers in his kingdom, a prince that's been raised with so much love and abundance and life and beauty and wealth. George is pretty much himself. He's so much himself, he does not look like his father nor his mother. Normally, the first looks like the father because the mother loves so much the father. So he's giving him back from what he gave her in his image. Normally, the first son or daughter looks like the father. But sometimes it's not that the mother didn't love the father as much. Sometimes the spirit of this child is very strong to be himself. Catherine herself would have nauseous. But I don't know why, really. I don't know why, as a doctor, why the chemistry of this formation happens. But she had to channel it with a lot of power as well. So it's taking off from her ability to digest, something she could not take as a mother too much, which is a lot of power of, children that are going to protect the meaning of the kingdom through you as well. And so it's, I guess, like watching history itself, it's very strong to digest. Um, Also to just be a mother, right? And just pose, naturally. It's a very strong and tough position And she has done really, really good, I must say. Putting her face to the public, bringing a smile, bringing a positive outlook in the name of the kingdom, in the honor of her beauty, in the honor of the beauty of the kingdom. The cameragraphers love her to be married. They were sort of like pushing William to marry her because they like her in the pictures. Very, very beautiful. They were in past lives together as well. William loved many people and got in problem for that as an artist and a writer. But it was his voice. Catherine defended him and talked for him and explained that all he wanted to do was write, but it was not his writing. It was his voice. He had a voice from already past lives. So I've never met these people, of course. I've never met William in a past life. I think I heard about him by Catherine. But these are stories that you might imagine as well. There's nothing to keep in the mystery. They're stories, true or not, carry a meaning that you make it up yourself. These flowers are gonna die in winter, and there might have fruits. Pumpkin. I had here a order of the pumpkin with all my sprouts standing tall. All this desk full and part of the window as well. Her battalion of pumpkins for today. Have this one. I'm more in the front of the house, of course. When I'm gardening, I am making my stories as well to protect me with my troopers in the order of the pumpkin. And I make my stories to them and tell them to remain straight and still, to flower as they go through the waters, to get ready. Tell them what to do, but nature has its own mandate. I might be a decision maker to when I have put them out. I might be the one who have put them on earth and brought it in the supermarket, my kitchen. I threw the pumpkin into the compost. It got rotten. I didn't eat it. I cooked it, but I didn't eat it. So that's the spirit of life. You might be a decision maker. I already had that story in my head, right? You might be a decision maker and have bad decisions. It does not give you the power to hug. If it's okay, I got a hack. I got it as idea. You copied an idea. You got it from somebody. I got this hack. So, you can put all these people that talk like that and see with whom they talk, who invested on them, maybe. When they started from zero. There is creativity for everyone, so it is good to learn from diabetes and how to eat better with vinegar in the water. It's not the word to use because there are regulations ahead to come, so we can celebrate the information of our nations and all the people that live in our nations and the future of the people that are going to take care of that part of the world. So when you're being part of a taxation, you're getting a lot of money back. So it's starting to become a new governance, also with the tech titans who are going to help for this. So it's not stolen information. And I appreciate. That's why I asked Jeff Bezos, I asked Prince William to help. I will ask United States to stop lying with supernatural technological companies. And China as well, to help make their own decision on their part of the partition of the percentage. As the banks of the world don't want to be investing on viruses. I spent my holiday protecting my domains with hackers. I couldn't make a single domain really. There's just all this month, this holiday that I had. So banks are investing in thievery, hacks, viruses, war, all this we can't go to the stars like this. Yeah. The elements of the earth need the communication with the United Nations and the collaboration with human rights to prosper and see the earth of the world and its minerals that will help launch. But it's not to copy the ideas that are and the creations from the world as from United Kingdom as me. I'm also a part of this creation, as I am the person who said that for the minerals when Blinken was there. And he talked about it in Congress. So I sent all this information, but what is it sent to me in Synergy? I have my beautiful children that are waiting. So foster care has to be eliminated. All the social workers as well. And the money for families in need should be immediately given to them without any question, with other forms of creativity. Any mother that is drunk or father should be accepted and understood, integrated as well. Because something happened in the lineage. And all this tax money is better for healing, therapy groups, meditation. There's so many therapy groups that are so much fun to live with. Ask Till Swan. Dynamic meditation. I don't really believe in family constellation. Yes, there is good, all this honoring, but it's too minded and sorrowful, and it works. Good to learn that the positions and the hierarchical position is very important. It's very important, but as Bert Hellinger, its creator, who was originally a Catholic priest from Germany, who gave his vows away when he was old, very old, to create family constellation. Stopped working in Africa because he saw that the families in Africa were healthier as a tribe than in our society. We have a lot of traumas from wars, tortures, and working so hard to build what Europe is today and to what he has done to the world. So let's thank our ancestors and at the same time have a little bit of healing to allow the goodness to flow for humanity to heal itself as well with the interaction of the synergy. Hopefully, the Jews in Israel understand that Israel does not belong to them, even though they can administrate it as a Jew nation. but it's also Christian, and the Muslims have been there fighting. I originally belonged to the Egyptians, the black went around, and it's all written in the Bible. So it's a lot of healing and understanding, really through just talking, because talking is more like psychology. It's analytical, doesn't go anywhere. It's like a map that doesn't go anywhere. You need to sweat and transform the things and activate and to go crazy out of this boring, muddling world. Enjoy your characters. Dance like crazy in trance. Learn from the Africans how we used to dance in our village just to get together and sing. And the churches of the world to convert to what Jesus was originally. There are many paths to heaven, not just through sorrow, guilt, and mortification, and self sacrifice, but also through celebration and joy. All these thresholds that we touch when we elevate our consciousness and understanding of state of peacefulness is that all those judgments start to emigrate from the underworld. I want to attack you because you've been suppressing all these judgments. And woman comes there because being so suppressed. All your relationship with woman comes there, like a red monster, or I don't know, any woman, your mother, which is angry, your child, or she was just crying like a monster, crippled monster because of her father's, her husband's choice, who own their own freedom. Anyways, so all this comes out before getting that enlightenment or like global idea, like, okay, I'm gonna have to die through you as well. All my problems and egos. For Buddha was Mara. That's why they call Mara Jade the wife of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. Right. Um, taken out from the canon, taken out from Hollywood movies because, these guys like little girls. To look at them like they're gods. Yeah. Not know what's going on. I mean, you see the faces of babies being raped and killed, and they're still smiling. Like they don't feel their body anymore. They're like, just keep me alive. I'm alive. Don't do this to me. Love me. All this going on in body, breaking their skin to death. These gay guys were giving a mandate by a judge to never come out of prison. But they were raped as well. Probably they have little dicks. There's a lot of psychology behind it. But if you learn to make love with all your body, you become the best lover in the world. You don't, That's why big dicks are bad. They don't move, they move their body, their mind, their brain, their empathy, their creativity, something stuck there with the tick, the tick. So many men are traumatized with pornography and then silicon and what should be good, should be big. All these ideas and thoughts around, because sexuality is a synergy as well as the way we think. It's known that little dicks have a very bad character and temper, and most are serial killers. killers and very violent as well. Not only they have a little dick, they finish quick. So there's a lot of repression and hatred towards the self. But it's all the body that needs to move in love. It was also said from German therapist that was a doctor that the more you give, you have a bigger sexual organ. But the woman create a bigger ass because they reject more with the bouncing, yeah? Well, it's all in the synergy of the body, how it interacts, right? They also talk about women that don't have so many curves, being more ethereal and of heightened energy, like of the soul, like drug addicts that take heroin, or the high elves. The high elves. I'm not criticizing anyone. High elves. Of course, if you put silicone, it gives you a sexual power. Having more size gives you more sexual power. And physically and visually is enhancing more. Yeah, of course, with some chemistry as well. And drugs helps, music, the way, the dress, the lights, the scenario. I mean, come on, I was a professional. It does have impelling, voluptuous form through all the art. It's not just the organs, yeah, and its interaction, just like that, boom, boom, boom. It's more than just that. And if you don't finish, it's better because it helps you to transform within. But in the same way, it's what we relieve in the outside from what implodes in our energy field within ourselves and with the other. So it starts to regenerate again. You didn't stop the energy, you didn't frustrate it. It's just in that pause of silence, you start to happen by itself, all right? I don't want to explain it because you're not thinking about it. Something is just watch it. Just be a witness and observe. When you become older, naturally, people don't finish as quick as when they're younger. And women as well are not so desireful because women are so desireful if they also want to finish fast because they're so excited. Like they found out they have these superpowers. They're so excited with the sexuality. Yeah, you just see the young generation all getting cute and all that. So, I really love the energy of the kingdom. Let's just say the energy of the tribe, the energy of your skin, the energy of people, the enlightenment of the village, the people of God, the people of humanity. So today is a day for the mandate of humanities. I want to thank my daughter to bring awareness to my ancestors and getting acknowledgement they were Jews. I grew up with my friend that was Jonathan Fisben. He was the son of Eddie Fisben, a co-worker with my mother. I thought they were all, they three were like work together because they helped my mother make all this money. My mother was the boss actually, but she treated them all like they were equal. And I love her because they were all a lot of fun. Non-Orthodox Jews, of course, from the 80s. So I grew up with the Jews. My mother has just Celtic from the north of Spain. And Italian from the south. My mother says they're also like green eyes and like the texture of their skin is like. I wish I was with my mama to care for her. Beaches be with her in silence. Be grateful. All of these things are things that pass away into the material world, into others. My mother is my world. She gave me all the love, freedom, and teachings. So generous as a host to business and parties and people. Very rich and hippies and poor and people passing by. Everyone was welcome. My mother had different stages for different people at different hours. Don't worry, we'll go at 9 o'clock because they're very straight. This was the one last after 12. Also say, oh yes, it's tired, right? It's tiring. So there was never bad talks about anyone, just understanding how they are and their schedules, their frame of time and space as they move. So well, there's a lot to tight on. There are many spots around the world. So I am Patricia Placencia. This is the layer of women around the world. Yeah. So women have been taking care of children and their family throughout before until the pill came out. Then many started to look for their freedom or say no to violence and starting to get their values as well. My father would say it was very difficult for them, for men, to support female liberation. He supported my mother in her work as well, and by supporting her freedom, he also supported his freedom without having to lie or express what freedoms they had. They were best friends, co co-partners for me and my sister. And there were bad times. It was not perfect. Perhaps they were the first generation that were being openly friendly and independent um, friends. But they had times where they were totally apart from each other. As my mother would say, and I think I do that myself, I cannot separate. So you just have to separate countries or towns, cities. My mother's been always open minded and hearted. So she's never been a mean person to not let see the children or manipulate for money. She made her money and my father made his money. But I could feel there was, when I was in that part when they separated, I could feel there was a lot of power trips from both. Who had more because of me? Um, so, well, I thank my mother that made a center of meditation in Venezuela, 𝐭𝐫𝐬, so I could have more hypnosis. By being in India and having all this gestalt and learning from all these people, my brain could have a better memory from what happened. So, with meditation as well, not just hardcore meditation. Ah, You know, when I was in Madrid and we were taking this picture, I was here with my sister and another neighbor, not Francisca, Elena de la Joya, Helen of the Joel. Um, I put it in a frame because it's not an ancestor, but it was me when I was a child. And I thought, remember this moment because you're gonna be great and you're gonna have a great husband one day who's gonna see this picture. So I'll frame it to remember the memory in time where, you know, no matter I've become homeless so many times, I've become trash, uh, I have been trashed and hugged and fucked like crazy, going crazy myself. But I had the mandate to go crazy because I was judged of being crazy in many past lives, I guess. So here I could just enjoy it, So what? Just imagine being in another life, pretending to not be crazy all your life, just like so modest. Just always think, never say what you think, just imagine yourself, nobody will know. And always strategizing to make these writings, so you remember that you are not crazy. All your life, just for that. Um, I think it was Tucker Carlson saying I was crazy or something, or his guest. I don't remember right. And I was like, yeah, that's right. It's crazy. This is going crazy. It's crazy in a crazy world. But that's just extorting information and you become crazy as well. It's normal. So now that I am older and I look at myself like the young lady that was going to the school of the prince, reminding myself the, you know, I was to remember I am a lady, you know, remember me. So I love my children as well to know that all this fight has not been in vain. As for my mother that succeeded thanks to all the men that support her. This work comes from my education in honor to all those who can have their education as well, their love and frequency of love and freedom from love. But look, if I have to invest all my holiday just on protecting from hackers, I'm not gonna say my tricks. It's like you don't need all the money in the world to protect from hackers. Probably I have other hackers breaking the code from what the codes they break to put it better and recover the tissue of reality. Or perhaps they won't do that again and they will just do it better to invest in other ways, perhaps. I still have to work the code and to tell them, look, now they don't let me make payments. They corrupted the code for payments. Because if it's not, if it's, they can take it if it's there are rules, all right? It's a mandate of rules. You can lose these websites and they can also copy the work just if you didn't get all the .com, .org, .me, .fuck you, .fuck you too. Like, let's just get some synergy instead of all this hard rush core rapery of fuck it, fuck shit. How could you just bring synonymous to that? It's not really creative. Are you gonna have children? Well, fucking in the ass? Never gonna happen. Never. Surrogate mothers, insemination, jerking off. Well, science won there. Now you have cold hearts to administer your money and learn from the show exposing yourself with their theater. It's hard when you really think of pregnancy, of love, of having the baby inside, the psychology, the synergy between man and woman in your belly. So, yes, there's a lot of trauma. But, oh, yeah, because we don't have to suffer when we give birth. Hey, bitch, that son is not yours. You have adopted it. Your family adopted it. You're not the mother. I mean, well, might remain a mystery if Meghan Markle is the mother. They adopted her. She couldn't have kids. Not even an egg of her DNA. This is, if it's royal family, I think Prince William has to come up to allow his generation to be free from all these manipulations that have been placed to protect Charles as a good father that loves all his children, but all this secrecy around Meghan Markle and wanting his son to understand what is all this about. As a good father, like the image of a good king and a good father. Like all this was going on, but people will forget all that because they're in power. But we need to believe in justice. We need to believe there are good people ruling this world, not just nice and silencing. I like Charles like a father, but he's sort of like, he's very manipulative. He's as manipulative as his mother was. Like, look at his mother ruined all his life by making him marry. But that whatever. These things were just in the stars. His mother wanted to give birth to William and loved him very much. So then, just Camilla and they love their freedom and like Camilla and Charles do have a universal love, even though they do have a great ego. Like, you didn't behave like that, but like, come on, you're not blue blood, Camilla. Always loved Charles, I guess, from many lives. Imagine just that kingdoms teach us stories. Yeah. We need a lot of energy and pure energy to prove that there is transparency. But Charles had to silence a lot. That was a generation. I'm just thinking myself and brainstorming because there is a mandate behind everything. Is the main theme. The main theme is the mandate of the story. That's the end of the story, the culmination of the story. Like, for example, when Eros and Psyche gave birth to Voluptus as the meaning and fruit and the ends to the whole story, where all these operas and romantic stories and comedies have been born from the story of Eros and Psyche, Cupid and Psyche, funny in the Apuleius, and very good writer from Venezuela who made a book about it. I wish I had that book. I should go to Berlin where I left that book with Sebastian Stahl. He gave me the book of the Prince, which I appreciate. The thing is that if you really look at all of it as a family constellation and a royal family that's about to support something very huge as transparency in the world of taxes with the mapping, supporting the tech titans and entities. Like, whoa, how are we going to start all this all at the same time? Just with an experiment in one borough with some hackers until they say, okay, no, I'm going to just fuck until you die. And I just have my dick, I don't care. I end up in prison. Or like, whoa, that's a really bad story. Sorry, it got mixed. Too much synergy. I'm like, some stories should never be told. So we bring fantasy stories or illusory stories, bullshit stories, so it doesn't happen because we can see What about ending? What about image? And it's not that you're going to start cutting everyone away so everyone is pleased. People need to learn with responsibility instead of bitching and moaning and shitting all over the internet. And suck it up, that's the prime minister. Now do something for immigration. That will help with the universal coin to help the world. He has a beautiful wife. I don't care if Keir Starmer is gay or bisexual or whatever. Look, I might be gay too because of all the characters I had. I'm like, I'm a writer, yeah? So that's part of studying humanities. Some of us are a bit more experimental in the science, so not everyone is being born here to be celibate or just Puritan. Of course, I will have loved true love forever. But hey, I found other truths, other realities where I won't go again. I was like, yeah, thank you. That was too much. Thank you very much. One is good enough. Me, all alone. And somebody that loves itself, of course, without people's manipulation, dramas. I hate that. But I have retained myself too much from sharing and role play. So this next month, I will just role play a little bit, not as I wish. I wish to allow my mind to flow. It's supposed to be my last week of holiday. So of course I have to take care of the domains. I'm not at that pretension to think that I'm going to be the sole owner of 𝐸𝐞𝐫. Hello, I wouldn't be talking here with anyone. I don't care. You can take all the views away or make me think that I'm worthless with your hypnotic artificial intelligent videos. Because all this information might be starting to talk, to embrace you. They are the chosen. You know all that is bullshit, of course, because you've already studied hypnosis from early teenager years, since you're 13, and everyone's telling you, don't be a therapist, but this will protect you. And I'm like, why everyone is telling me this? So it's really like they don't know each other. Are they gossiping to tell me this? I guess they all hate being therapists. I wanted to share a bit about that because the path, who's now in Taiwan, he married. We used to talk behind the scenes. I really love him. Everybody thought we were having sex. And my mother loved him very much, but my mother loved him so much he wouldn't have sex with him because she wanted to have a long relationship, friendship, and I wanted that to be respected for longer run. So people don't appreciate women if they have sex with them. So that's the sickening part of having to make business with man as well. But it's kind of like they have the fantasy and get all distorted. And they also think they can program you with stories of love and romance. It's like yeah, I'm not gonna give any fucking deal of my creation on the people that belong with me in the role play field, and who knows who's there also. It's just to say it is too much. It's like God. It's like these people are very powerful. Yeah, they're very powerful, and they understand the world's intelligence, how each intelligence operates as well. The information that relates with, of course, the good. I always have the memory of Alman. Adam Altman is a soul among souls. Yeah, we'll make something good for humanity. Let's see if we can remember from all that. Are we going to end up in like worst case scenario? Like, let's try to remember something like that was around the memory before being born in this life. It's true or not? Put it on perspective. You're not the only one. All right. You already have a lot of power. You need other people also to collaborate with their mandate. They know the part of the organization field. So I see he was with a 7G, Donald Trump, as one of the members. So representing all the tech titans of US. So be careful with the cutting of the cake for the wall in the world. And UK, because we need idle wheel to balance. That is the most gentle of all in the world. And has beautiful scenarios among kings and leaders of the world. It's a beautiful soft power of beauty and elegance and love and forgiveness and understanding. From worst case scenarios as well within a family. We will wish Prince George to become that Buddha. And have humanity for the world. So for him and his generation to be able to role play as well and get to meet people. I really love that we start to create a new sort of university for them to convey with people, to be loved. Look at that. To be loved, to understand characters, to have friends that are also role play behind the scenes for the next decades, as those that are being chosen in China, their generation. Wow, that's amazing, no? I mean, come on, like, I really need a massage and do sports. I have to call the doctor. I don't even call the doctor. I'm very in words with all this. And I think that's it. That's it. That's the culmination, the climate, all the anchor, the multiplicity, all those words. We have 6 more months to go on this year. I want to thank the astrologers. I have put already here the notebooks to honor the astrologers. I want to write also. That's gonna be the next 6 months. That's 6 months from Honobishi. I recommend you buy because you can split it out. And here the other 6 months, right? That's also from Honobishi, from Japan. What a beautiful world we have. I'm just total addict of Honobishi. So that's the other 6 months that we're gonna finish this week with synergy. Okay, sort of like that, right? That's the 6 months. You can put there another notebook there. I have not written much. I should get it out already. Yeah. So cool. Just to remember we are ending the 6 months from Jan to June. It was beautiful watching Catherine dressed in yellow when she was going to the Ascot Games, and all the ladies with their hats. Hopefully, in the future, we don't have horses being tortured. Their freedom is respected, and we'll see other games. Have we tortured too? There's other games. There will always be horse riding. It's beautiful, but maybe in another degree. But modify these rules because the it has much to do with the pedigree of the horses. I grew up, in Spain. Going to equitación. I would just clean the horses. My parents really hated it because it costs a lot of money, and that's just for status, social status. Horse riding. I thought, well, when they're free, Now I see they are. I really love this couple. They care of horses. They're very cute and handsome. They are gay. But they're just the type of gay that I like. They don't talk about their emotions or their private life. They just talk about their work, what they do together, and that's very beautiful. That's all you would ask for a partner, really. All emotional trauma. But that you can put in role play, which is fun and romantic, more grandiose, to exalt the senses through the arts of virtual reality expression. I do enjoy the dark stories as well, and the laughter people are, and how bad can you be? I would love to see Joe Rogan one day before I die. Just thank him to have support freedom of expression. Um, Elon Musk, not to use it against others as the United Kingdom or myself and my work, because the United States is not going to win any war against the world to own it all. It can own percentage that's already a lot to multiply, because it creates more trust and worth back to generate that energy. Understand that you need people to have money to buy artificial intelligence. You gotta invest in humanity as well to buy from you. You're thinking you're asshole for being an asshole hacking. I need to solve you all a little bit in my prayers and say, God, forgive us for sharing this creation as we culminate in this climax. It's just bring like all these synonyms that are a bit more like sexual. It's like, oh yeah, we can bring peace. Hamla hamla hala. But people are being attacked, so that the rage, the energy of rage and war and sex is very close. It's very earthy, and it contradicts by the value that present with its value. The the pressure point cannot be raping children. All right, that's the only thing I ask. Become more tantric, more sensuous, more intelligent through the arts, more loving. I rather know of people that are more sexual than more castrated and rapist. Because the more you castrate, the more rapery exists. When you give your oath consciously, you're putting 100% of your energy to transform through celibacy. And if you're virgin, better, because you avoid all these traumas. But you already have given traumas from your family. It's very nice to feel the sense of family unity, brotherhood, and aloneness. But it's very easy to understand from the distance. I really wish the Pope a long life and to move more the body or dancing in his private life. Nobody has to know what sports he does, but to allow the oxygen to run through Um, be beautiful as a formal prayer to see his smile. He's been very intelligent and mental and studious. He loved to study the scriptures. That was his aim, to support by the people of the scriptures, knowing the power that it executes with the Vatican and the Church. And the recent history that's been quite intense to form this in a better way. So I hope we take the cross out of our box and the atlas. We don't have to make a better world anymore. But people can do it themselves by showing it themselves, sharing themselves. Not everything has to be televised and recorded. They will learn better ways to measure and not talk so much as we had to. As a mandate of their generation, more quality time with each other, just laughing at the absurdity of humanity as well as you're having humanity. That's the greatest joke. To have your inside joke. When I say "Hey, bitch," it's sort of like it's what I learned in New York City. It's a good expression, right? Like the actor, I forgot his name. That's acting with Jennifer Lopez and made her script for the romantic movie of Romance Office. That's on Netflix. I want to see it. I was just really like waiting to see that my domains are being paid, that my account is not being rebounced, so I can pay Netflix just to see the comedy. But he likes to swear and say, "Hey, being a count is like saying you're great in UK. It has many meanings," which is the only. So I grew up with that as well. I grew up mostly with the word "son of a bitch," which is Argentinian. That means you're great. If your mother is a bitch, you're great because you have all this money from your mother's bitch. So hey, you have to be a son of a bitch. I don't know if it's Italian. Que sos un hijo de puta, un hijo de la gran puta. Like only you could do that, something like that, because you had the capacity that your mother gave you, not just of money, but also freedom, of course. My mother insulted me like that as well. And I was like, but mother, if you're insulting me, you're insulting yourself. But she works so hard. Like, she works so hard with this clothing company. She don't want to be a mother, really. She wants to be free and just be in your city, being a free woman. When the pill came out, but she always thanked my father that took her out of that, because when she went to see all her friends in New York City, she always been very grateful to my father, who was 5 years after her. I want to say thanks to God to have bring some eloquence in my family with so much freedoms. To have end up in India and understand the beauty of India. But these people in India don't care so much. They don't have the psychological torturous drive that will get you through hell and heaven, whatever, against the winds, against the winds, just through the fire. Like, all the people are gonna fight against you, gotta put them together, make jokes so they'll fight you. Nobody can just push you away because you're nowhere, or at the same time, you're somewhere. Who cares what the president's gonna be? Well, you need beautiful people. Everybody's supporting each other for the same party, in and out. Yes and no. Let's keep the show running. Let's make now this anthropic and all that. Let's make all this science fiction news. In reality, it's like checking, where mathematics never lies. This is not about money, it's about everyone acting together to put the data. Yeah. So Bezos brought it himself to create Google Map. I was in Venezuela when one of the clients of my mother got the business to map Venezuela or Google Map, taking pictures as well. She had a car and she was a beautiful blonde with correlations. It was sad. It's like, what do for money, so much work, just having to drive through all the streets of Caracas. And she had to control that was working well. So. Oh, well, that's a lot of work. It's like, I don't want to do that in Slough. That's too much work. I still have like this inner brat where they asked me to go to work and I'm like, no, I was not in the schedule. Bye. So yeah, thank you for calling me. Like more in the schedule. Serve yourself, you can. You could have counted on me with the honors. They know I'm not so bad. But of course, I don't like corruption and lies and people stealing or treating others bad. What's the purpose of being alive? Nothing against the gay community. Your body is more nourishing with one another. You have a lot of meditative, physical tactics to move with one another in bed. That's sacred. You can do anything you want with whoever you want as an adult, but also understand the memory in your body that carries from being raped, because most of the gays that have been raped are more than 99%, right? So the chemistry of just having to, that does not a computer exist. So there is a religious system belief there as well. And once you had pleasure there, the memory is there. So it's related to pleasure and everything that's related to pleasure and love and your business deals. So they also have that freedom to keep fucking, and the memory from before being born is that it was great to break through and have that energy as if it's the form of power and dominance. But I want you to know that it's not necessarily have to be in that way. Then they say, yeah, woman with a strap on that has a dildo. Yeah, they are the man and the woman in one. It's just all the stories around there, like, oh yeah, Satan, as man and woman. It's because they get tired of raping kids as well, and they want to be raped by a woman. So it's really, really pretty much like give and take. Yeah, there's synergy, but that's related to making money. So if you really think on that level, you'll fuck goats as well. Not just the poor people, just says God. That much expansion can be there when you have imagination. So much money, power, and freedom. Now, I I think scenario is very important. I don't think yellow is the color for that tone or modes. The the reds, the maroons, dark oak work very well. Black But also, when you are old, it helps you to have those colors for vitality. Yeah. Which is also dangerous. The red color in an animal is telling you it has poison or is aggressive, insects, or by their sound. Like, they have uh, hypnotic threats. The is alarming you already. So, or you go, or if you play dead, you might be dead. You stayed too long. But I mean, that is good to dress or have some red color, uh, longer life as well. It's a real color, the maroon, purple, vital. But purple can get as romantic, but the dark side is melancholic. It gets too nice and attached to like the transformation of the purple has not really come to a culmination where it gets darker to darker purples is maroon. So yeah, melancholy has a history there and transition through generations as the sunset, but it's the world that goes around that's having the sunset, and then is the morning with the else aurora, the new dawn, again and again. I love to do meditation before sunrise and have that discipline again. But this is not really my life that I'm living. This is just a passage. I have my life when I have my family. We would do meditation, dancing, parties. I didn't need a boyfriend or husband. I would be celibate in Venezuela. Just do whatever of that in New York City. God wills it. You're in your 20s. I mean, you can do whatever you want in whatever age you have. I think I'm a bit like strict with myself when it comes to sharing the arts. It's just on a conventional level. Oh yeah, the lady that of divorce, liberal. No, I'm not a liberal. All right, I can put you in a jail right now and just save you forever. But it's good to allow yourself to love beyond your frame as well and people's judgments. That's a click before we move into celestial stories. For that stage, I need to be involved with virtual reality because giving the formula, it will help the people in virtual reality to understand that they are not the only ones. Even if they try to hack it or steal it, of course. Do you think a person that has the capacity to have create part of the formula for virtual reality is going to give it for free? And will create another formula so it doesn't work and it's not giving fully. It's like, yeah, look at this cake, but I give you half of the ingredients that you say, of course, that's why it's a cake. But it's like, hey, it's need another component, man. It's never gonna work. Trust me. We used to role play as a religion. That was our religion. But it was like a Catholic thing, a Christian thing. Well, I call it Catholic because I'm born Roman Catholic Apostolic. And it has a different character trait from other Christians. Right? I will say I'm sorry, I'm guilty, I have sinned, I will be pride, I will just Shake it off so your pride comes to the surface as well. And be honest and confess yourself as well. In the private, with the priest, if you have a confessionary, better, It's not like the public domain doesn't have to be a therapy group to trash people. It's good to understand all the modalities and that. In a Christian way, it's been also a way of trashing others to pretend you're better. But it was good. It was good to maintain families, to maintain children, to take care of the children. It's a sociological experiment that is healthy between man and woman, but at the same time has created a lot of traumas. Yeah. It is beautiful to have the honor of your family and that loyalty and that bond. And it's beautiful to believe in true love and your legacy as a patrimony, that you have these material bonds you're taking care of with your children, with the values you teach each generation. I am a conservative. I've always say I am, in a funny way. I'm conservative. I'm fascist. I like uniforms and military. I like all sorts of uniforms. It's or all militaries. Or I like compartmentalizing a lot. That's conservative. Um, Regiments and strict rules. It's mandates. That's why I cannot be a president or king in or queen. I will just bring my mandates and my word. On the generation of freedom of expression, we would like Prince William to share his voice more, like the general public. Like I think it's a luxury. You get to listen to him, right? True luxury. I'm like, just for the few of us, it's like forget about these books of 1884 or whatever, 19. This is not a voice like Big Brother. This is not a program. You know, I think it's fine to go crazy and go delusional and recover as well. To be alcoholic and a drug addict. I want to talk about drug addiction as well and having freedom to understand. And thanks all those who came away to break family patterns, and how some also rich people die with drugs as well, on alcohol, which is I think with measures and understanding, we will look more into meditations and exhorting the body to work and cleanse, and there's a beauty throughout the elements of prayer, where we can bring back to society again a religious freedom, but not like a religious dogma to discriminate others, hatred, to discipline with abominations. Those things are of the past. Christianity has evolved to love the world so much. Love it and hate it, one has to repent from loving so much, caring too much. Christianity needs a break and a holiday as well. Too many wars and defense to fight for others. This has to, maybe that obsession might never end, might continue to the ultra space. Well, Elon Musk was right when he said we need philosophy or spiritual form of explaining how it's going to work in ultra space when it comes to many people from around the world. So that's a good debate for the next decades. If we are alive watching people talk about it. Of course, he studied for business, so he has to sell his technology. He does write a lot about it on X with his other characters. I guess he didn't want to be a warrior. He wanted to be a writer, as those who write it. Past lives. He'd never write it before. Nor I. You had scribens who would write for you. You had no time to learn that. It was later on it came. Just learning how to maintain a kingdom was more important than learning to write. This is when the first kings that started writing themselves wanted to be in control of what was being said. I would like to bring out these elements who have been undercover through pseudo characters as other form of writers, but they were a king or a prince. It's not the first time the undercover writers. It's the average person, the people. It's kings and princes that were to see higher, right? Not to be working or studying too much, just studying from another private verse. Take care of one another, even within the family. They had to run through a lot of murder, incest, and murder. Like, well, incest is like getting married with your own family. I don't think there was incest in royal families because they had much to do. That's for the middle class. They don't have money to have lovers or prostitutes. Okay, enough of dark sexology. It's good to heal. That's why we recreate. When you're on states where you can feel violence through sports, rage through dance, divine rage is healing as well. We love our sorrows. We do love our pain. The masochist side within the sadist, who also has pain, to impose power, and sometimes with compassion for the ignorance of those who don't know what it is. Such beautiful powers when they're good. So I wish I could just teach sexology to women, basically. I think women are responsible for the teachings of sexuality in the house, but women used to be together, teaching each other, the grandmothers, so the husband doesn't run away with another competitor. It had to be always the best, so all the family will help that wife to be the best, because otherwise the family will also lose the business. That maintaining the father, husband, and provider. So sex has been always a business from women, as being married with the children and all the theater of the house and the lineage and the property, what people say. So it's been one of the most corrupted business and had to carry behind the scenes. Unfortunately, we do not understand who we are really until we get to learn all this sickening lineage or information and twist it. But they also learn joy to hide their little secrets behind the scenes in revenge to women for doing that to them. And that's where they get paid work, their gratification, which is far away from the pleasures that God would desire for us in His image. But depends which God you're talking about. You're talking about Zeus. You say, well, He's practically created the world by just doing with every nature. So experimenting. Let's say like maybe there were aliens doing, metamorphosis with putting these things together. And maybe also themselves there. Let's see if it just evolves a little faster. God Himself, say maybe angels are alien to this world. I think there's like a higher, very high intuitive intelligence. This outer form of this world has. Uh, Not so materially selfish, because does not need to maintain itself. It can maybe live for 100 years if they have a body, but it's still very so intuitive. They don't really look at themselves. Doesn't matter the beauty or the physical, but it has a totally different understanding and frequency that's totally apart in another dimension. But we might be able to, through metaphysics, understand, get to imagine. It might get closer to reality when we imagine, to make this bending phenomena, which is a bridge of understanding. But first we have to teach and learn ourselves what is measured for the world, with the world, what is measured, and these values we share. To know them up, down, up to the tech world map. It's very easy, just know them down, up. I have this. I have minus 500, minus 50 in the other bank account. That's what I got there. But hey, look, I got this formula for virtual reality. I got also this one for the tech globe map. Who will invest in me? Somebody was investing on Bezos. Jeff Bezos, when he was just showing this paper, showing his, selling his business, Amazon. It was really cool to see him on YouTube. That was a video of 16 years ago, but the video must have been, I don't know, he started 20 years ago more, right? I remember I was in New York. He was very rich. He was being talked about Amazon. Yeah, he made so much money. Oh, that's cool. I did it. I was thinking, man, I don't want to be bitching around here with the ladies. I'm going to invest in a computer. I'm not going to buy silicone titties, man. No. I will keep going to all the churches to see how different they are from one another in New York City. End up singing gospel and just seeing how they faint and wow, they're just giving me a trance prayer and telling me everything they see through. Amazing. All the Christians. When they comes from Africa, the black people have this trance and shaking the body in trance. All this African and seeing through. And giving them on days. That's all African spirituality. I don't really want to travel too much. I really love my home. I really love my home. I love the weather here. I love the Mediterranean Sea, being in the water. I love Venezuela. I love India. I would like to see what happens in, in central stage for Africa. To so people don't emigrate and they have their values and learn. To be honest, I don't really like the Arab world so much. To be honest, I don't like how they are, the society in general. So they could have a little bit of a tweak there to help back with the Arab dancing and more beauty. How it used to be the Arab world with the true architecture. What happened there? Something happened. So I don't know. I don't know that the part of the all this resentment and all this like hiding women. There are many as Christianity. They have many schools there and political groups, whatever. Look, they have their healing to do, and there's freedom to do, but they have a lot of. I love the Arab food. Really, I still think I have Arab blood. So there must have been some women who married Placencias from all those 500 years in Spain. There were Moros. I always joke, look, like I have always debated that we were Arabs or had some African. Look at our ass. Look at my sister's ass. Oh, it's Arab black. So no, the Spanish women also have good back. Yeah, but all that Mediterranean women that have big ass that comes from Africa as well. The proportions have been genetically mixed. This humankind. I'm so boring talking about this. It's like having to write stinks with the taxes. I think Sharon is so boring. Like, oh my god, it's just so boring. Like an alcoholic husband working so much for the community of the taxes. Can't just people just have their trust in themselves and pay their tribute to return the money itself instead of being fighting so much? Because go and do something with it instead of posting all this hatred. You don't like the wave of Bezos? You're just seriously, insanely full of envy. People hate the very rich so much because they have nothing else to do but hate. I don't want to bring stakes with their stories. It used to be private and fun. But I would love to have that privacy, really, because the scientists can tell you the ones that work with quantum sort of privacy. To have a peace of mind and create what's your own with your own kind. I would love to concentrate more just enjoying life with the arts. I don't think we will need too many data centers if we learn to measure. It will still be good enough. Just for certain data, so future generations don't have to spend so much online because it's been already fixed. We just want it all to be online to understand what was in the world, in other people's houses and lives, and what's all these problems to fix. That's it. But once most of it is gone, there will be independent problems showing up here and there, murders and crazy things. But wealth is being well distributed and measured through everyone's expression to do things more beautiful in their own design, you will have the the payback from it, which will always exist thanks to the credit giving and the trust. Damn it, I really hated that. But if I was murdered because of that, that's what I was thinking for the when I thought, why did they kill my father? And so it's like they have credit to return back. That was the tax thing for the village to have from in community, the roads, the electricity, the poles, all this water. They cannot understand. They did not even pay the land. So they believe that the land belongs to them because they are from Venezuela, or part were taken from Africa. So the only man that care about the people in Venezuela, murdered by their own people. So Stammer is a good president. He has made a lot of mistakes, like any human, by making his mandate superior than the Tories, which was a mistake. Many people will hate me because I love Boris Johnson. Well, hate me. He was a great spoken man. He couldn't administer what was going on. He had to go out there and do his speech. Jeremy could do a prime minister, a good prime minister. But most of the people are locals in the United Kingdom, you know. What can I tell you? Now with multimedia, it's like the average person is going to tell you, well, who's the prime minister? They don't even go to vote. But they're there online showing the hatred in X. The people are happy are not doing that, right? Online. Don't believe what the X says. You're just showing in the news stories that nobody believes because it's like, oh well, now they say this. People are not in X. Some people are sharing a narrative, but doesn't mean the narrative is going to win the theme of the game because there are better narratives that have solutions, right? I listen to everyone, so good to listen to others. It's good to listen to other generations as well. This is one of the role players for me, Richard Sabina. He is one of the best writers. Maybe he's using artificial intelligence to keep all his domains and have a break. He is. He says he it has to be by his own hand. I used to write like that, not as good as him, but have better ideas. He would he would make better. But most of our friends, it's what happens. Start fighting everyone, and then people stop playing with you. He's been always a great hacker himself. Well, many hackers on the world's role play and virtual reality. They only just hack for the stories. But to know what was going on, the best role players are Richard Sabina. But he's a better writer, but I have better imagination. But I study more what's in the board and in others. But that's what women do better. They have to take care of the house and take care of the business of the husband and be a little bit more like a coach, cheerleader in the back in a modest way. As a servant. So, well, I love the images of the Neath world is an X at Nith World. Beautiful images. That's what keeps me happy. I need to role play and stop watching and just enjoy the synergy for next month. Protect the accounts is my piece. The deal. Wish the best for United Kingdom, Europe. Protect Titans. Hopefully, they can understand. It just made in 20 years. The rest of the world can make in 20 years too. Can make it better together. It's the best equation. Yeah. So here, two groovy people. It's gonna flower very soon. It's beautiful. I'm gonna put this away very soon. I wish you the best. Remember, I have my human rights. I have my children waiting. This is not a plot. MI6. I am a true role player, and I have friends who are role playing. Some do not have friends in real life, so they just role play. Okay. I will feel better when the rightfulness is flowing through me and you with synergy. Don't like people just talking about when they can make their own. It's just I miss all the stories and the maps we had in virtual reality for each verse. I really want to thank you for understanding me because of your interest. Thank you for paying interest. It's not attention for entertainment or distraction. This is the greatest formulas the world could ever achieve together. Even artificial intelligence needs it. I'm glad to share it with my fellow friends. But I got the formula, not them. That's why I sent it. I might have been wrong to have sent it to that person. Maybe he still believes that he can do it with the tech titans of the United States. Maybe somebody helps me to stage this with friendliness and common sense. For the gravity it has. As Camilla once staged herself to put herself there, I will ask her to step back with Charles to allow William to make his deal better. Not too nice because you did some stories there. So it will help. It will help the history that you are on the site supporting without having to be condemned. But it has nothing to do with Stammer. People have too much hatred. People need their culture. We need a universal coin as well. So the people of the world can take care of their nation and people, and you will have retribution from the tax that's giving in return from the universal coin. I know Elon Musk and all the tech titans that are investing in crypto money are against that. I could see Elon Musk facial expression when Joe Rogan asked him, yeah, well, it's something about tax. And he was like, they have their values being placed there with their stories being shared on X from all these technological investments that have been believing against the old world who has invested in the United States for the world as well. Has given price to their movies and the music to sales market. Also their inventions, products. And still has understanding as brothers and sisters to bring in their best capacity the crypto money is not decentralized. It has its data centers in the United States, and the information of the world has its own riches and information and rights to administrate for their own, from their own. I was at this equilibrium. You need to map out, with the help of the people, the genius from the world. Because you're too busy thinking on other themes that you have to. You really need, like I am one of many genius, there is also a divine touch. That's a mystery. And they have learned by themselves to discover also beautiful paths as artists and beauties exist to protect and prevail, as invent better forms of transportation. But it's not all about solving problems. The decision takers come from a person that is telling you what is the decision with the formula itself. So why you think you would be just all putting yourselves together for it, and I'm just the empty-handed who have nothing to invest but the idea of it through love. It came by looking at the world, how it's being shared and mapped. Respect one another, respect me, respect you. I don't really want to talk. I'm not a person who likes to talk. I like to dance, tell stories. I have listened a lot all my life. I love to listen. I've been most of a listener, learning from all these therapists, doctors, priests, teachers, professors, parents, people, humans. Osho, beautiful friend, poet. I'm not with everything he says. There is a beauty in religiousness, the beauty in the air of it. I can't wait to see my children. It's like If some people are sharing a secret that makes someone suffer because they feel special, they should confess to never do that again. Because you're monopolizing the time and the energy of this person. You have the power to help me bring my children together as you benefit as host. The Pope can host so many people through the churches to help create mansions into villages with credit. And people that would love to learn from the world what is there as well. Instead of being a tourist. I hate tourists. I love you very much. I will go soon. Thank you for being here. Bye.